Good afternoon. I am Kim Silva, principal of Early College Academy. It is a great honor to be here today to celebrate the 4th graduation ceremony for Early College Academy with the class of 2021. Parents, guardians, families, friends, alumni, and honored guests, we present to you the Early College Academy class of 2021. Please remain standing. Welcome parents, families, and guests. Thank you for joining us today to honor our students. I respectfully request that you silence your cell phones for the duration of the ceremony. At this time, please remove your hats and remain standing for our national anthem. Please be seated. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce and thank members of the District 6 Board of Education and Administration, as well as administrators from Ames Community College. Greeley-Evans School District 6 Board of Education, Mr. Michael Matthews, President, Ms. Terry Pappas, Vice President, Mr. John Hafley, Director, Ms. Natalie Mash, Director, Ms. Pepper Mueller, Director, Mrs. Rhonda Solis, Director, and Mr. Ray Talley, Director. Greeley-Evans District 6 Administration, Dr. Deirdre Pilch, Superintendent, Dr. Stacy Dattery, Assistant Superintendent for Academic Achievement, and Mr. John Gates, Chief of Safety and Security. Ames Community College Administration, Dr. Leah Bornstein, President, Dr. Russ Rothermer, Executive Vice President, Dr. Patricia Rand, Associate Vice President of Academic Affairs, and Mr. Raymond Charles, Director of High School Programs. At this time, I would like to thank those who have made today a reality. First, Ms. Marshall, our graduation ceremony coordinator. She has worked tirelessly to prepare for today. The faculty and staff of Early College Academy who have spent countless hours working with and supporting our students. The District Media Specialist team for providing audio support and streaming today's ceremony, and Jostens for all their behind-the-scene works. We would also like to thank District Facilities for setting up for today's event. Finally, I invite our senior class to join me in recognizing the ongoing support of each mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandparent, cousin, neighbor, coach, and friend who have helped and supported us throughout our educational journey. Each of you has helped tremendously to get these graduating students here today. We thank you. Good afternoon, Early College Academy class of 2021. Wow, what a year. As I begin to reflect upon this school year, it's hard to put into words what we've all experienced. Things that we never thought would have been a daily part of our lives at school. Zoom, remote learning, socially distanced prom, and a drive-through cap and gown pickup. No matter the challenge, you adapted, and I'm so proud of you. As a student at Early College Academy, You committed to taking difficult and rigorous coursework when you chose to enroll here and did the work along the way. I'm not sure many outside of our school community truly understand the commitment and sacrifices required to successfully complete a full-time college course load as a high school junior and senior. You have demonstrated grit and resilience, overcoming the many challenges each of you uniquely faced since the first day of your freshman year. And then throw a global health pandemic on top of that. You are remarkable. I would like to share a few thoughts as you begin the next chapter in your life. First, it is okay to not always know your next step. You do not have to have it all figured out all of the time in advance. Be open-minded and know that you will make some mistakes. Things will not always be perfect. And as long as you learn from both your successes and perhaps more importantly, your mistakes, you will often open new doors for your future. If the last 15 months have taught us anything, is the importance of being flexible. Secondly, always remember that relationships matter. Take the time to build connections in real life with those around you, and not just on social media. The connections you will make will have a lasting impact on somebody else's life. So offer a helping hand, a word of encouragement, or just take the time to really listen to those around you. You have done that here at ECA. Continue to do that. I am very proud to be your principal and look forward to seeing where life takes you next. I am confident that you will accomplish amazing things in the years to come. During this journey, please know that the people in this stadium and on this stage are your #1 fans. Congratulations, class of 2021. At this time, we will have two of our student leaders share some personal observations and impart some wisdom to their classmates. These two students have demonstrated a spirit of servant leadership since they first walked through our school doors. First, join me in welcome David Diavola, Student Body President, to the podium.
It is all over now. The last 4 years have led up to this very moment. Graduating from Early College Academy. I am here today to congratulate every one of you for succeeding on one of the biggest chapters in your lifetime. Although high school is only merely a small chapter in our lives, the 4-year journey we had was like a Rubik's Cube. The cube is what represents our eternal struggles, our external struggles, and how unique each of us are. The moment that we all entered that building, each of us conjured different experiences here at ECA. Throughout our time, every person here had a different experience at ECA. Each of us had different hardships, successes, and experiences when it came to ECA. I mean, each of us had different experiences and opinions when it came to our sophomore English class or our freshman year financial literacy class. With each success, there's downfalls as well. But slowly, with those downfalls and successes that we each have, we slowly solve the cube of life. Slowly, once the cube solves us out for our time in high school, it becomes complete. Each side of the cube is completed with each color. Ultimately, we find resolution in high school, and we find who we are as people. Since we enter our final moments at ECA, I want to congratulate every one of you for making it through. What now enters are our own separate pathways through life. We enter into a new puzzle. Where we left high school with a Rubik's Cube finally solved, we enter a new chapter where it is completely a mess. It will be terrifying to be lost again in an unknown environment as adults. But it will all solve out through itself, such as high school. When we leave high school, each of our lives will differentiate and will be unique to each other's. The future will not be finite and shall open an infinite amount of possibilities for our lives. Let me close by acknowledging that we close the current chapter of our lives and slowly open the next one. Our lives can truly begin as adults. Now, imagine the beauty of our dreams to create the future that belongs to us. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Now we will hear from Samantha Sanchez, Senior Class President.
Good afternoon. As a graduating senior, this has to be one of the most exciting days of our lives. I have looked forward to this day for as long as I can personally remember. I am glad we can all be here today to celebrate with each other. I am so grateful to stand here and speak in front of all the other seniors, the staff, and everybody's family and friends. If I'm being honest, ECA is nothing like I expected. It's so much better than I thought. When I first came to this school as a freshman, all the upperclassmen would tell me that everyone in the school is like family. I never understood that until a few years after, because through everything, we always stuck together. We managed to work together for everything, and under normal circumstances, everyone is usually involved in the school. For example, we would have assemblies, barbecues, field day, and so much more. These are the types of days that would bring all of us together as one and make us forget that even though we are in different grades, we all made sure to have fun. Although there are still some struggles at ECA, like the fact that you learn to take high school and college courses all at once, or the fact that you have to manage your school, work, and everyday life, you learn how to push through it, and eventually you realize it becomes so much easier. We have gone through so much as a class since our first year here, and it has definitely been a rocky road. We have gained and lost so many unforgettable friendships, but we will always be remembered as ECA's graduating class of 2021. I didn't know what I was entirely going to say today, but all I could think of is what our future was potentially going to look like and everything we had already gone through. Walking in as a freshman was one of the harder times in high school. Freshmen were looked at as the annoying underclassmen who have many dreams and the biggest imaginations, but I think that's the reason we got through it. Sophomore year was just crazy all the way around, but we managed. That year was crazy. Junior year, we couldn't believe it. We were a step closer to graduation, to finally being done. All we had to do was finish our courses and take our SATs, but as we did that, COVID made sure to slip its way in and make our time so much harder, but we still did it. We made it through. Senior year, here we are. After switching from online to in-person too many times, we finally made it as the upperclassmen who are just ready to graduate and walk across this stage. I think I speak for all of us when I say we are ready to move our tassels, get our diplomas, and celebrate. But the big question is, what comes after? I know plenty of us have gotten many college talks, and some of us are attending, we might see each other more in our future than we think. No matter what we do, whether it is college or even just going to work, I wish that we continue to look forward to our future and continue to make more memories. I think that all the staff, whether they are still here or not, deserve a special thank you from all of us seniors for helping get us through all 4 years of high school. It definitely wouldn't be the same without you all. You guys were the ones who pushed us through the hardest times, whether it was finally learning how to take college courses or helping prepare us for our SATs. You guys helped us earn our diplomas. A quote I found says, "And even though things have changed, what remains true is this. Through everything you went through, those experiences have shaped you, and they've only prepared you to carry unapologetic strength and confidence to whatever new things you do." Lastly, I'd like to say thank you to ECA's class of 2021 for the memories we have given each other, and although this may or may not be the last time seeing some of us here, I hope each and every one of your futures brings you all happiness and everything you ever wish for. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha. I now invite Mr. Perkins, Assistant Director of High School Programs, to the podium to share the senior class recognition of honors.
Thank you, Ms. Silva. Today I have the great privilege to recognize the honors earned by the senior class. This group of seniors has accomplished a lot, both collectively and individually. First, I would like to recognize the accomplishments of this class as a group. The senior class has earned 3,145 college credits. This equates to $235,000 in tuition dollars at Ames Community College. If these credits were taken at UNC, this would equate to $1.2 million in tuition. In addition to completing all of these college credits, the class of 2021 has already been awarded more than $850,000 in scholarships. A complete listing of the individual scholarships that are reported to us can be found in your program. We want to celebrate what many of our seniors have accomplished individually. I believe all these seniors would agree that the program at ECA is not easy, but with hard work and dedication, the end is tremendously rewarding. You may have noticed the various cores and stoles that our graduates are wearing. The stoles and cores worn by our graduates show specific achievements they have received. The red stole signifies students who are receiving their high school diploma. The silver stole signifies students who are candidates for their Associates of Arts degree. The blue and gold cords represents our graduates who are National Honor Society members. Finally, there are two additional cords that represent students who have gone above and beyond in their academics. First is the silver cord. The silver cord signifies any student who has earned a cumulative high school GPA of 3.5 to 3.99. I would like to recognize these students. Students, as I call your names, please stand and remain standing. Daisy Kobos. Washayina Destiny. Brian Irivas Ramos. Leslie Garcia Quintana. Diego Marigos Espinoza. Esmeralda Mina. Leslie Moran Marqueta. Amanda Prom. Leanna Ramirez. Anna Rodriguez. Samantha Sanchez. Thank you. Next, there are several wearing the red and black cords. These are students who have earned a cumulative high school GPA of 4.0. Students, as I call your names, please stand and remain standing. Clever Bakwa. David Battelle. Eric Clark, Elijah Diamond, Hallie Gallegos, Gracie Grandel, Jerry Guzman, Lily Hernandez, Jackson Lozano Garcia, McKenna Pinafore. Please join me in recognizing these students for their achievements. Thank you. As you have heard over and over this morning, this senior class is a special class and has accomplished so much collectively. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Perkins. The next item on our program is the senior class speaker. Selection of the senior class speaker is done by the senior class vote. I now invite Jerry Guzman to the podium. Jerry is an exceptional student and a great representative of the senior class. Those faculty who know him tell me that he is an enthusiastic learner and always willing to lend a hand to his classmates. He has been an outstanding student leader in our school, and he will be missed. Please join me in welcoming Jerry.
To everyone filling the seats in this stadium, whether it's faculty, family, my fellow classmates, or those watching from home, everyone please give a round of applause to the graduating class of 2021. Being a part of Early College Academy was a stressful yet wonderful journey we each experienced, which we would not trade for anything in the world. As individuals, we have all grown up to be the hardworking and determined young adults we are today. To my fellow classmates who are sitting down in these chairs, we each have the luxury of finally being able to say, we made it. Before we got to this amazing victory and the place where we are right now, let us first start from the beginning. Each and every one of us, we came from different schools, different homes, different lives. We each had a different story to tell, but the one thing we all did was become ECA Tigers. In this moment, our family and friends may be asking themselves, what makes an ECA Tiger? To answer that question, let us take a step back and be proud of what makes us who we are. Responsibility. An ECA Tiger is a student who one way or another has their academic and personal life set up for success through time management. Whether it was planning to study for an upcoming exam or going out with friends, these ECA Tigers were always responsible. Second, we all had generosity. As a proud ECA Tiger, I can speak for my class and say that we give back more than what we get. An ECA Tiger will always look out for those around themselves and put the needs of others before their own. Whether it's helping a friend study the night before an exam or revising a big English paper, each ECA Tiger here in this moment had generosity in them. As time went by, we each went through our own metamorphosis. Some people struggled with their mental health, others were with their academic life. But in the end, we each had our own change. With these changes and difficulties, it helped us get to the place where we are right now. And with many tears and many smiles, one thing I can say is thank you. We each have met success in remarkable ways, but in this journey, we made amazing friendships, but above all, memories that will live on forever. As a graduating class, we would first like to thank Professor Howell, our first college teacher who we all thought was old and grumpy, but in the end, all the pressure he put on us helped us to be harder on ourselves to reach a high level of success and go over the criteria to be successful at ECA. That said, we would also like to thank Ms. Cerise, a teacher I have known since I was 13 and a wonderful individual that never gives up on her students. Whether it was helping us understand the lecture in one or many ways, she always pushed us to work hard in school. She was the person who held our hand through the hardest things in our academic life and personal life, and for that, I say thank you. Just as Ms. Cerise made school feel like a second home for us, so did Professor Dixon. We would lastly like to thank Professor Dixon for always encouraging us to better ourselves, and most of all, for all the times he made us laugh and for the times he was the shoulder to cry on when we needed it the most. Even though we are thankful for these three professors, we would also like to thank the entire staff at ECA and the faculty at Ames for helping us get to this amazing day, especially Ms. Marshall, who with this last year, even with the pandemic, she still gave it her all so we could be successful. Words cannot explain our gratitude towards her. Como todos los estudiantes de mi clase quisieran decir, yo personalmente quiero agradecer a mis padres, a mi familia, pero sobre todo a Dios por todo lo que ha hecho por mí. Le agradezco a mi mamá por siempre motivarme en hacer lo mejor en la escuela, pero antes que nada, agradecer a mis padres por guiarme a esta gran oportunidad que ellos nunca tuvieron. Por último, quisiera agradecer a toda mi familia que está presente hoy por siempre estar conmigo en los mejores momentos de mi vida y por apoyarme a cumplir mis sueños. Just as the story is ending, I would like to tell the graduating class of 2021 that as this door closes, another one opens. Even though we're graduating today and barely starting life, we still have an entire lifetime to accomplish our dreams and goals. If you do not know what the next step in your journey is, don't worry. Just let time be the guide to your future. We have so many things to look forward to, whether it's college or just life. But for now, stay safe, and I wish each and every one of you the best in life. In conclusion, time will only tell when we'll see each other again, but for now, all I want to tell my fellow classmates is that I care for each and every one of you and send nothing but success your way. Dream big. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Today's faculty speaker was also elected by the senior class. This year's selection is an overwhelming favorite of the senior class, and I think it's safe to say that she feels exactly the same way about them. You heard Jerry describe her as someone who always pushes students to work hard in school and is always there to support them through the hardest things. This year's faculty speaker is Sydney Cerise, ECA Math and Physics instructor. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Cerise.
Good afternoon, class of 2021. I am so proud of you for successfully making it to the end of your high school journey. I am truly honored to have been chosen as your faculty speaker. To be honest, I'm very nervous to be up here, but I couldn't say no to a class I refer to as my babies. I started at ECA 4 years ago, just like you. I have had the pleasure of having almost all of you in class at least once, most of you multiple times. and a select few of you I've had since 8th grade. I have watched you grow into amazing young adults. I felt it wouldn't be right for me not to include some math in this speech. Your graduation year, the number 2021, only has 4 factors, which is very rare for a 4-digit number. Rare just like you. So I felt it only fitting to share 4 things I have learned and love about your class. To start, you always choose the better option, even if it's the harder one. As 8th graders, you made the choice to come to ECA. You chose to challenge yourself in a new environment with new people. You chose to take rigorous classes and earn 2 degrees at once. Some of you are in the first of your family to earn a high school diploma, yet even better, an Associates of Arts. You chose the harder option to better yourself, and that is something you should always take pride in. I remember at the end of freshman year in Algebra 1, I brought up the opportunity to take geometry over the summer to advance in math. Some of you I had to convince, but a group of you chose to give up your summer to get ahead. Now, some of you from that same group just finished taking calculus at the college level. That is also something to be very proud of. Always remember to keep challenging yourself, choose the better option, even if it's not the easiest one. Next, I have learned that your class is always curious, whether it be actual questions about the math or science we were learning, or questions about my life to try to avoid the work we are supposed to be doing. Your class always asks why. Why does this equation work? Why do we need to learn this? Why do I need to sit in my chair? You always needed to know the purpose behind our lessons and the big picture, which is such a great quality to have. Continue to be curious, always ask questions. Find the why behind everything you are doing and how it fits into your big plan. The third quality and my favorite thing about your class is that you're feisty. With more than half of you learning at home this year, we missed you in the building. Your class is always full of energy and is made up of so many great personalities. Sometimes that energy can be harnessed into something productive, but other times that energy makes our jobs as teachers a little harder. It was always fun to teach your class. You never knew what you were going to get. You always kept us guessing. I remember freshman year, it didn't take you long to warm up to me. You were dishing back my sarcastic comments and dad jokes before I knew how to handle it. I have gotten to know most of you really well. All of you need to keep that feistiness and energy and turn it into something amazing. And lastly, I can't leave out that your class is flat out resilient. I am sure this is not the senior year you dreamt of, but you made the most of it. You didn't let the hurdles of this past year keep you from finishing your race. Even though your prom looked different this year, you still dressed up and came and had fun and danced the night away. You made the most of the situation. It is famously said that in times of adversity and change, we really discover who we are and what we're made of. I hope that you found out that you are strong. You are so strong that you pushed yourself to graduate high school and some of you college in the midst of a pandemic. You are amazing and should be so proud of yourselves for what you've already accomplished. Class of 2021, you will always hold a special place in my heart. These 4 factors are just a few of the wonderful qualities each of you have. Continue to be you in all that you do. You have made your mark at ECA, and we will miss you. We look forward to hearing about all your accomplishments in your next journey. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Cerise. You have truly had a lasting impact on each student in our senior class. Greeley-Evans School District 6 board members and Superintendent Pilch. These young adults seated before you have met the academic requirements of the state of Colorado and Greeley-Evans School District 6. Therefore, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the Early College Academy graduating class of 2021, a contingent of 52 amazing students. I now present Board of Education Director Pepper Mueller, who will accept the class of 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Silva. What a great honor it is to stand before you all, the class of 2021 of Early College Academy, and share with you heartfelt greetings from the District 6 Board of Education. We are excited to join you, your family and friends, and the faculty and staff in proudly recognizing your accomplishments. It is my pleasure, as a member of the Greeley-Evans School District 6 Board of Education, to certify that each of you has met all the graduation requirements of Early College Academy as recommended and certified by the faculty and staff. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Education, you are now authorized to receive your individual diplomas. Congratulations to each of you.
Announcing the graduates' names today will be Mrs. Karen Pullen and Mr. Michael Dixon, ECA instructors selected for this honor today by their senior class. One of the traditions established by the first graduating class is the tradition of each graduating senior personally selecting a faculty member to present them their diploma. We want to acknowledge this tradition and recognize the faculty members who were selected for the honorary presentation of diplomas this year. You will find their names listed in your program. We ask that all guests remain in the stands during this presentation. We have hired a professional photographer who will be taking photos of graduates as they cross the stage. Information about these photographs will be made available to graduates and their families in the coming weeks. Mrs. Marshall and Mrs. Rupel, please lead the graduates to begin to line up to receive their diplomas.
Clever Bakwa. Clever plans to serve in the United States Marine Corps. Charles Bridge. Charles plans to study to become a surgical tech at Ames Community College. Maggie Ray Hannah Bryan. Maggie plans to study psychology. Myra Alondra Castillo Delgado. Myra plans to study nursing at the University of Northern Colorado. Eric Clark. Eric plans to serve in the United States Marine Corps. Emiliano Sergio De La Rosa. Emiliano plans to study small business management and real estate. Brian O'Reeves Ramos. Brian plans to serve in the United States Marine Corps. Leslie Garcia Quintana. Leslie plans to study pre-medicine at the University of Colorado, Denver. Jocelyn Shawneth Gomez. Jocelyn plans to study sociology at the University of Northern Colorado. Jerry Christopher Guzman. Jerry plans to study sociology at the University of Northern Colorado. Alejandro de Jesus Hinojosa Mata. Alejandro plans to study accounting. Tristan Marie Hoddle. Tristan plans to pursue further education in the medical field. Jexel Mediani Leos. Jexel plans to study pre-medicine at the University of Northern Colorado. Abby Lynch. Abby plans to study pre-health and biomedical sciences. Diego Armando Mazariegos. Diego plans to attend the University of Northern Colorado and plans to become an ophthalmologist. Jaden Robbie Patterson. Jaden plans to study pre-medicine at Colorado State University, Pueblo. Carlos Eduardo Purchase. Carlos plans to study computer engineering. Anna Maria Rodriguez. Anna plans to join the workforce full-time. Samantha Savannah Sanchez. Samantha plans to study pre-law at the Colorado State University. Eva Fernanda Cifuentes. Eva plans to study pre-medicine at Colorado Christian University. Bianca Renata Williams. Bianca plans to study psychology at the University of Northern Colorado. Ana Barbara Becerra Flores. Ana plans to study nursing at Ames Community College. Lindsay French. Lindsay plans to join the workforce full-time. Gracie K. Grandel. Gracie plans to study criminal justice at the University of Northern Colorado. Adriana Madrid Flores. Adriana plans to continue her education at Ames Community College. Esmeralda Mena. Esmeralda plans to study software engineering at the University of Northern Colorado. Victoria Rodriguez Zamora. Victoria plans to study linguistics and communication. Efrain Alejandro Solis Flores. Efrain plans to attend Colorado State University and become an entrepreneur. Daisy Cabos. Daisy plans to study business at the University of Denver. Caitlin Paige Penaflor. Caitlin plans to study graphic design at the University of Northern Colorado.
David Barthel. David plans to study political science at the University of Northern Colorado. Christian Joseph Brewer. Christian plans to study graphic design or architecture. Lily Irene Hernandez. Lily plans to study art education at Colorado State University. Unfortunately, Lily was not able to be with us today. Caitlin Pillard. Caitlin plans to study psychology and criminology at the University of Northern Colorado. Amanda Renee Prom. Amanda plans to study criminal justice and economics at Colorado Mesa University. Isidro Ismail Baez. Isidro plans to study to become a diesel technician at Ames Community College. Alexis Lorraine Winnett. Alexis plans to study art education at the University of Northern Colorado. Bailey Pena. Bailey plans to study dermatology. Eli Braden Diamond. Eli plans to study information technology at the University of Northern Colorado. Velikopsky Mendoza. Veli plans to study accounting at the University of Northern Colorado. McKenna Katrin Penaflor. McKenna plans to study chemical engineering at Colorado School of Mines. Liana Ramirez. Liana plans to join the workforce full-time. David Diavila. David plans to serve in the United States Marine Corps. Winshaina Destiny. Winnie plans to study nursing at the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Haley Desiree Gallegos. Haley plans to study intercultural studies at Spurgeon College. Leslie Moran Makeda. Leslie plans to study political science at the University of Northern Colorado. Reyes Cerna. Reyes plans to study law enforcement and criminal investigation. Ashley Garcia Escobedo. Ashley plans to study sociology with a concentration in criminal justice at Colorado State University. Jackson Thaddeus Liscano Garcia. Jackson plans to study organizational and innovation management at Colorado State University. Andrea Ramos. Andrea plans to further her education.
And now I ask the fourth graduating class of the Early College Academy to please stand. Graduates, please turn your tassel from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2021 graduates of Early College Academy. Family members, in just a moment, the graduates will begin processing out of the stadium. They will exit through the west gate, north of the field, and will meet family and friends in the west parking lot. Please remain seated until the graduates have cleared the field. We ask that all guests wear masks as you exit the stadium. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the class of 2021.